What's up, everybody? Welcome to the round 17 preview. Carlton Geelong at the MCG, Saturday afternoon, 4:35. It's as good as it gets, isn't it? All of a sudden, I feel like we've been here before. I do. I feel like we've built at certain stages, not only of this year, but even last year and the year before that. We win a couple of games, look solid, look okay, and then we get to the big test, which is, in this case, one of those finals teams or premiership contenders, and, the teams where it really counts and where you really see, where's the improvement. And it's the Geelong Cats, and they have had our number for pretty much my whole life. I've got one of my really good friends growing up, Geelong supporter, and I always talk about like what a life he's lived and what a life they've lived, and if only we could taste something close to that, because really ever since we beat him in the 1995 grand final, I feel like they've just had our measure. It's really gone back that far, but there's just also something about Geelong that gets under my skin. I think it's jealousy. I think it's born from jealousy and wanting to be where they are. I think that's where it comes from. And so, having said that, I don't fear them. That's the thing. Like, I do not fear them. One of the best moments of the last couple of years came in 2020 when we beat them in Geelong last year. And if you look at the way we played that day, it was very, in the first half anyway, it was very composed. It was like, wow, they've figured it out. The lowering of the eyes. I've watched that game so many times now, particularly that first half. So many moments where we lowered the eyes and focused. And really that's what it's going to take this week to be a chance to beat them. And it's fucked. It's fucked. Because in my head, I'm like, we've proved nothing. We have proven nothing. Absolutely nothing over the last fortnight. Yes, last week was a solid win. It was a gutsy win. It was a, dig deep and find something and win. But we have not proven anything to suggest that we can match it with these final sides, top 4, top 6 sides yet. So that's where my head's at, if I'm honest. But you know how it is. There's always a chance. There's always a chance that this week will be the week. This week will be the week. Paddy Dow, 25 and a goal. Zach Williams, 28 and 2 goals. It's just the Kool-Aid. It gets me every time. But I know I'm being stupid, but there's a little bit in that. Like, you're always a chance. We wouldn't be showing up to games. We wouldn't be watching games. We wouldn't even be competing in games if we didn't think we could win. And that's the beauty of the sport. Any sport, you're always a chance to win. And it's that little glimmer of hope that this week will be the week where it clicks that sort of gets me going. I have gone from being in a complete rut and a hole and in my Carlton coffin for 2021 to being a little bit rejuvenated. And look, to me, the last 2 weeks really won't mean much if we don't beat Geelong. That's the honest truth. If we can beat Geelong, rest assured, I'll jump on the wagon and I'll say that there's Kool-Aid to be drunk properly, not just 30 mils or a bottle. But the reality is they are, a premiership contender. Yes, they're missing Jeremy Cameron. I had a look at some of their injuries and who's to come back. It looks like Radagalier will come back. It looks like Higgins will come back in. Sam Simpson's fit, etc. They're a quality outfit, and like I said, we haven't proven anything to suggest that we can beat them based on form, but that doesn't mean we can't beat them if we play to our potential. And I feel like something's got to happen in 2021 for us to look back on and say, oh, do you remember the peak of 2021? And I'm sorry, but the Fremantle win is not it. Like, it was a good win, but that is not the peak of this year. I'm not having that. Like, surely there's one upset of the year. Like, every year there's one, win where you don't expect it and it comes to fruition. I mean, last year was the Geelong game, or the Doggies game if you want to include that one. This year we haven't really done much to suggest, something we can look back on and be proud of. And this week would be that. And based on how the crowd reacted to the Freo win at the ground and the energy there, it was electric. based on that, based on this, Saturday afternoon, interesting time slot, 4:30 afternoon/twilight. It's the stage is set. We've got more people available to go to the game now, more people in the crowd. The energy will be there, and it just means so much if they can find a way to get this job done. My worry is the clearances and in the midfield battle, because I think Geelong have got us covered there. I think I have a feeling, I'm a little bit optimistic that when we play against these, such teams as Geelong, we will rise to the occasion and try and beat them, and we'll focus. It's just a matter of how long will that focus last? Are we going to have those patches where Geelong just get on top of us? Because history suggests we will have some sort of a patch where we let the other teams get on top. And for me, it's just a matter of when that patch comes, will we be able to stem the bleeding? Will we be able to have our defensive structures in place as such that we don't leak so much? And that's what the good teams do, and that's what we haven't been able to do. So I'm pumped about that. Now, in terms of changes and what's happening, it's been said that Cripps is fine and he's going to be named. So that's interesting. I hope he's good to go. I hope I'm not talking about it being the wrong move or the wrong selection, but he's a warrior and he's the captain, and I back him in to play. I think Zach Williams will definitely come back in personally. I just think that's the case. Does he come in for a Williamson? I don't know. I feel like that's the move. So, what happens there? Like, what are we doing with him? Is the question. Does he stay behind the ball? Does he give us another midfield rotation? I don't know. I'd love to get your input on what you think. I'm not really sure where Zach Fisher is in the equation. Like, is he ready to play at the AFL level? Is he fit enough? We need him in the side for me. Like, his creativity is just a must. I do worry about his fitness, though. I hope he can cover the ground enough. But if he's playing in that forward line, I think he can give us exactly what we need. And I think, for a team like Geelong, we definitely need Zach Fisher if he's available. I'm looking at guys like Harry Mackay this week, and then Jack Martin. I'm looking at those two in particular. Harry has been a little lean in terms of his overall output, but at the end of the day, he's been kicking his 2 or 3. But we need Harry to really, have a big game. Jack Martin's the one for me. He really looked good against them last year, and he gave them all sorts of issues and problems last year, and we'll need him at his best. We need him and Zach Williams to be at their absolute best, along with Adam Saad, these new guys that have come in over the last couple of seasons who can allow us to challenge teams like Geelong with their talent. We need them at their best. And I know Jack Martin's been sore this year and injured, but he's got to hit the scoreboard and he's just got to get it done. We can't be seeing 0 tackles. Saw someone in the comments last week, I think it was Petra, who mentioned the challenge for the week was to have 88 tackles, which is, 1 tackle each a quarter. 22 players take the field and 1 tackle each a quarter, four for each person. I don't know about 88. Anything close to 80 would be massive, but at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you can talk about the tactics and whatnot. I want to see him have a crack. I want to see him go there with the same mentality that we did against Essendon, earlier on in the season. Hunt them, for fuck's sake. Hunt them. We have to hunt them. I feel like there's a little bit of pressure that's come off the group in a funny way, even though we've got a review happening. I feel like the Cripps signing has helped with that, and Harry Mackay. I just feel like a little bit of pressure is off them. And I feel like that fourth quarter against Freo can be used as some sort of motivation for them to galvanise each other and go again. And, I'm not confident, but it would be massive, man. It would be massive for the fan base and the players, obviously for their confidence, but for the fans to go there and pack the MCG out. I think it's 40,000 is the cap now. Mind you, you have to be there. If you're a fan, you've got to be there. We've got to get there and support them. No excuses. We've got to do our part so they can do their part. And what it could be if we get the job done and cause the upset, just such a good energy it could be. And Saturday night will go off in Melbourne. So, I'm hopeful, but not confident. That's kind of my overall feeling for this week. But what about you? Where are you at? How are you thinking about this game? Have you stopped drinking the Kool-Aid? I think we all have. I think we need to sober up pretty quickly early in the week. And do you really see us challenging Geelong, or do you see it being, much of the same old story? a couple of goals we kick, and then, we're chasing tail, and then, we give up 4 or 5 goals in a row. Like, how do you see this game playing out, and what are the keys for you? So let me know in the comments below. I'll see you there on Saturday at the MCG. I cannot wait. We've got to savor these games, because at the end of the day, there's, not much left of the 2021 season. Before we know it, we're going to be missing the footy. So we'll chat about it some more in the comments. Have a great one, and go the Mighty Blues.